All right, ready to go? Okay, Clint, thanks for stopping for a minute. We wanted to talk to you. We do this. We have a policy here. You've probably been interviewed before.
Right.
It's a way that we confirm that you've been given the training and the tools to do your job.
Right.
We assume so, but we need to go through and double check. So I want you to tell me. This is the time to be honest, all right?
Right.
And if there's anything here, we can talk about anything. So I'll just run through a couple questions. And some of it, I might sound dumb, some of it I am dumb because I don't know exactly what you do. So right now, I know you do multiple things, but right now you're operating forklift.
Correct.
Is that something you normally do here?
Daily basis.
So tell me a little bit about training you've had to do the forklift portion of your job.
Usually it's high lift. First, we start off with checking on our forklifts on a daily basis.
Okay.
Do a check-in sheet, make sure that fluid levels are at the correct level, make sure everything functions properly.
So that's a daily check.
Daily check.
Where is that?
It's on the other side of the lift over here.
Oh yeah, can you show it to us?
This is a current list we keep every day.
Every day, every forklift is required to have one of these.
Okay.
Every day they check them,
All right.
date,
Okay.
location, month, year,
And the person's initials.
and the person's
Okay.
initials,
So-
go through fuel level, average speed on the yard, make sure everything's functioning properly, like I said before, unit number.
And you do this every day before you get
Every
on?
morning, pre-shift, every
Okay.
morning before we get on the forklift, we make sure that these check-in sheets are done.
Okay.
To where, we know if anything does go wrong throughout the day, we checked it and, it's able to be taken care of
Start
properly.
off right. Okay, good. Obviously, you were trained on this list and all by Swire, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was part of your on-the-job training?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the job training.
Have you had other training? You get any certification or qualification to drive a forklift?
Yes.
What was that? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we watched video first, and then we came out in the yard, and we did a little pre-task task just to come in, lift something, move it, put it down, park the forklift, make sure everything's done right, make sure we do the pre-trip inspection, I guess you would call it.
Okay, so you trained on
And
that.
then there was, I think, a month period to where I couldn't operate a forklift without somebody supervising me.
Okay.
And
Good.
yeah,
And then they give you something fancy like a plaque or a card or
yeah,
something?
I think
certificate?
we got a call.
Okay, cool. All right. So while we're still talking about that, I guess let's shift. Let's talk about, so you've been given on-the-job training, if I'm understanding, and the pre-qualification of forklift driver training to do
Right.
your job.
Right.
Had your supervisor early on, you said, and it's still ongoing, are there other people who drive forklifts or supervisors who are watching you at times?
Yeah, everybody at all times.
Okay.
We're being watched, make sure we're operating right. Everybody kind of watches out for everybody on the yard.
Good. All right. So there's other forklifts sometimes on this yard while you're operating, right?
Correct.
What happens if you see another driver doing something that you believe is unsafe, speed or anything else?
Well, we use our stop work authority.
Okay, tell me about that.
And if I see he's doing something incorrectly, going fast, moving something unsafely, I'll stop him, make sure he drops his load or whatever he's doing, and then I'll go to him, address the issue, and then it'll be investigated. And even if I am wrong in any way, at least we use that to where we know that we're safe,
What if it's a supervisor on a forklift?
and I'm still going to do it
Why would you think that you're
because he's not above anybody in safety. We're our safe brothers keepers.
good. Sounds like a good summary of stop work authority. And so even if you see something that find out later you just were uncomfortable about, do you get any repercussions
No.
for stopping the job?
No,
Why
not at all.
Just
because it was the right thing to do.
good. Okay, cool. Next question.
All right.
Sorry to grill you.
Oh, you good?
If you observe something like that that's unsafe, you got any way to elevate that, or if you see a hazard, you got any way to document that
Yes.
and turn it in? What's
Yes,
that?
we have care cards where we actually are influenced to write up a care card once a month. Well,
Okay.
twice a week, I believe it is
Okay.
now. you know, we do the date, whatever time it is, the area of equipment that it happened in, and then we'll go say near miss, hazardous condition, at-risk behavior.
Okay.
And then we'll give a description of what was observed.
Okay.
And then the immediate action taken. And then if you flip over onto the back, it gives you recommendations for improvement, and it also gives you a checklist as to, you know, what did you observe.
Okay.
It'll
Gotcha.
give you a checklist where it's more itemized to get.
So if you see someone, for example, going what you believe is too fast on the
Right.
fork, first you use stop work authority, and then you can fill out one of these as unsafe behavior.
Correct.
Okay. How'd you learn about this?
Our safety manager.
Okay. Just safety training?
Yeah,
Okay.
safety training.
All right, while we're still on safety then, what about your gear? What is adequate for operating a forklift as far as PPE?
Well, usually it's just steel toe, long pants, high vis, hard hat, and safety glasses. Sometimes we've used dust masks because just dust in the yard, in the conditions, earplugs to stop dust from getting in. And that's pretty much it with forklift operating.
And that's to protect you from, if you had to give, don't have to give me every one, but some of the risks you think about when you're operating a forklift and you know you're going to be on it most of the day. What's some of the risks that those are protect, or that are on your mind?
I mean, you always have the opportunity for a dropped object, and it could be just somebody forgot a hammer on top of a container, and you pick up and tilt, and that hammer falls through and it comes right down. At least I got my hard hat on.
Okay.
Steel toe, if I get off the forklift to look at the equipment and something happens and it slips my mind not to put the parking brake on, the forklift starts rolling, I could be right here and my foot's underneath wheel.
Steel toe.
So that's where the steel toe comes in, and the high visibility is just so other people who are not accustomed to being on this yard will see us as we work.
Okay. That's a lot of risks that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
What do you think, some of those risks and your use of PPE, was it ever thought about, like, is there some type of assessment done or something to tell you what's appropriate to wear or anything like that?
We did multiple risk assessments,
Okay. Even on forklift drive?
forklift operating, everything. all
Did
the
you
way
help
up
out? Did you have input on
to
it?
everybody in the yard had input on it.
Wow.
We were told to give suggestions, what we think, you know, and that's how it went.
Okay.
We went through
All right,
it.
so you go from a risk assessment where not somebody in the office did, but you helped with it,
Right.
and then it moves. Great.
Right.
And Clint, I think you stumped me. Oh, I got one more maybe. If you've got, let's say, a missing piece of gear, or you notice some damage somewhere, or is Swire making sure to get you your
Yeah,
equipment
usually
replaced?
I'll report it to, I'll go to my direct line supervisor or the safety manager, and we'll get everything squared away.
I guess the only other thing I can say is, as a manager, is there anything else you can think of that I can help you with to more safely do your job?
Not right off the bat.
If you think about it, let me know.
All right.
Thanks, Clint.
That'll work.
Appreciate your time. Good job.